friends, we have an art call out and this backfired like a lot. So this whole situation involves two Twitter users, one of this being the artist by the name of, and I'm going to butcher the absolute crap out of this name, but Ilizuki, I believe, is their name. And they posted an artwork that was now deleted that somebody had commented under. Again, disclaimer, please don't send hate to any parties involved because that's not what this is about. But this is the comment in question. It's a comment posted by this Twitter user by the name of Story, and they wrote, "It's actually frying me." And they attached this video. So let's just watch this. So in this video, basically, they take the artist's artwork and they take other art pieces of this artist and they kind of overlay it on top of each other. And they're all like a head kind of turned to the 3/4 side facing left, and you can see they all overlap. Then they grab another set in the second half of a different head pose. These are all masculine characters, by the way, right? So here we have a character who's kind of facing forward, straight on, but their head is just like slightly, ever so slightly tilted to the side. And they grab another one of their art pieces, they kind of overlay it over, and it overlays pretty similarly, almost one-to-one, with like some maybe slight deviations with the nose positioning of the previous piece. Then they grab another masculine character, they overlay it on top of those two art pieces, they lower the opacity, and it does overlay very similarly to the other pieces. And we can see, you know, when they kind of toggle them on and off, the head pose is really similar. And this sparked a big debate on Twitter because this person was essentially calling this artist out for tracing their own artwork. And here we have a commenter writing, "Oh my god, I knew I wasn't crazy." This comment got 4.3 thousand likes. Somebody responds, "This is some bullying though, like this is some high school stuff." People have screenshotted other posts that this commenter have left where you can kind of see it kind of looks like they were making fun of the artwork, etc. You know, saying that the art has no flavor, etc. Hey guys, I'm just saying, you know, the internet has a paper trail. You leave comments, it's gonna show up. You know, other people are saying, "You're harassing him, by the way." And Starry says, "Buddy, I promise you it's not that deep." And the commenter responds, "Maybe if, look, every freaking tweet on this platform criticizing his art just because people don't like it. It's just a guy who shares the drawing he makes and thousands of people are attacking him just because of his art style. Get a life." And Starry responds, quote, "Get a life," end quote, "but you're the one typing out whole paragraphs when there is a block button with a little like kind of like what the F gif." Another commenter says, "The way this is such a non-issue is crazy." And Starry says, "Dog, I never said it was an issue. The art itself isn't even bad. I was just saying they all got the same face." Another commenter says, "Y'all so rude." And Starry says, "The block button exists for a reason, I fear." This is a very interesting scenario to me. So one, did this artist trace? Yeah, to me, it does look like they did off their own artwork, which, in my opinion, is completely valid. You're allowed to trace your own work. In my opinion, that's just you being efficient. I'm gonna be full honest, guys. I trace my own work. If you look at my YouTube thumbnails, I draw all my YouTube thumbnails. Some of you guys, by the way, it's so funny. Some of you guys are like, "Oh my god, you improved so much," because like I'll post like other artwork and it doesn't look like shit like the thumbnails. I would be so for real with you guys right now. I draw my YouTube thumbnails in like 10 minutes because like one, I post one video a day and I don't have time to spend hours making thumbnails. Two, I can't really use the actual artwork of the people because I've done that in the past. And then the artist that made it, which is not the VTuber that did the bad stuff, would then get mad that I use the artwork, which is fair. It just gets to a tricky scenario when it comes to like VTubers specifically, because the art of the model is their identity. And because I'm talking about them, I need to show their face, their identity, their VTuber model. But then somebody else typically made the model. So then it comes to the ethical issues of using the artwork. So I decided, screw all that. I'm going to make the art. And then three, I don't want to give fan art to shitty people. So if I draw it fast and crappy, look, you know who it is. That's good enough for me. That's all we care about. So yeah, to make my life easy, I did like one drawing of somebody and I would trace that, okay, to draw other people. And then I would trace like, you know, the head pose and stuff. And then I would kind of redraw the eyes in, etc. Because it's called being efficient. Complete other side note though, I've become even more efficient and I decided instead I'm just going to make essentially a pre-made base. Your character here base with different hair toggles that I can toggle on and off to make it even faster for me to make the thumbnails, but they can look a little better. So anyways, that's why the style looks different now, okay, because I actually spent a solid like 5 hours making this little base template for my thumbnails. But regardless, it's ethical to trace your own artwork, in my opinion. But I would love to hear your debate about that in the comment section below. Now, the second thing up to debate is it fair to make a call out post like this, okay? We have this person in the comment section. It just happened that this comment blew up, went viral with 3.2 million views. Is it fair to leave a comment kind of like doing this? Because a lot of people were calling this person a mean girl. And It's twofold. This is the internet, and on the internet, you are allowed to talk about whatever you want. You can go yap about whatever you want, blah, 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 blah. You will also then face the consequences of saying what you said. You dug your grave and you will now have to lay in it. So if you go make a post that you think is in good fun, because it is kind of funny that the head is all in the same pose, you're then gonna get people calling you a mean girl. And it seems to me like this commenter really can't take what they dish out. They're out here leaving slightly negative comments about this person's artwork, being like, yeah, you're like tracing your own stuff. That's essentially the implication, right? And then people in the replies to their post is calling them a mean girl. And all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, yeah, you're the one who's typing a whole paragraph when there's a block button. Like, I didn't say it was an issue. The art itself isn't bad. I'm just saying they all got the same face. Like, just block me then, like it's giving that attitude. It's giving defensive. It's giving you can't take what you dish out. Like the people are just doing to you what you did to this artist. And now you're not happy that they're doing this to you. So is it fair to leave a comment like this? I think it depends on where you stand in how to conduct yourself on the internet. I personally would not have left a comment like this because it's just not my business. Maybe I would have looked at it and thought it was funny, had a little laugh to myself, and then moved on. I don't know their age. Maybe they're like a kid. But basically, people in the comment section are really not agreeing with them, like at all. It does look like it's airing on the side of bad, though. There's people telling them to end themselves. That I disagree with completely, because it's never okay to tell people to go self-delete. That's just not cool whatsoever. And some commenters had their own 2 cents to add. So here we have Twitter user Avocados writing, Avocados. Am I crazy for saying it's okay to trace your own art? As an artist that's been drawing for over a decade, this is nothing and you guys are just bullies. And Mooney says, nope, because I do that when I draw my OC. As long as it's your own art, there's no problem. And I personally agree. As long as your own art, that's fine. It's your stuff. And going back to the tracing thing, tracing is okay in some cases. There are cases of bases, which if you guys don't know what bases are, it can be for different things, but typically refers to like a body pose, right? People will make bases of a body pose. Maybe their head is turned to the side. Maybe they're like, they're kind of floating in the air and there's like balloons tied to their waist and they're floating up to the sky. And the people who make the bases a lot of times will give you permission to directly trace it, to then use for your own artwork. Or sometimes you'll have to buy the rights to then trace it, the different circumstances. But that is something in the art field, in the art space, that is totally ethical. So tracing is okay, right? As long as you follow the ethical restrictions of how it's happening. And tracing your own artwork, in my opinion, falls under that. And Narana writes, the artist harassment bullying trend in these EN spaces is getting worse. You don't even need to be on any level of problematic anymore to face it. This happens because it got so normalized. And the commenter in question, I think, has finally experienced some repercussions. They changed their bio to write, OMG, people are so sensitive, heartbreak, get a life and a job, I beg. Which again, I mean, yeah, you can change your bio to whatever you want. But honestly, it just tells me, you play stupid games, win stupid prizes, leave a stupid comment, then now you get a bunch of people unhappy with your stupid comment. So don't send hate to the commenter or the artist by any means. That is not what this is about. But I just saw this whole situation unfold on Twitter and I was just baffled at what is happening. And honestly, like the level of non-issue that some things have reached that people are making callouts and stuff about, it's honestly wild what's happening on Twitter right now, especially with all the Google Doc callouts. Crazy stuff. But a little quick video for y'all. If you like the video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Also, I appreciate y'all being so kind. In a previous video that I filmed, I was wet, okay? I came straight out of the shower. I had someplace to go, but I wanted to film the video before I left. I had literally 45 minutes to do it. And I gave a disclaimer about being like, hey guys, I have no makeup and I'm wet because I like got out of the shower, And you guys were so nice, being like, Kat, please feel like you don't have to like defend yourself or the way you look fine. And I'm like, thank you, I appreciate it. I just want to say, I'm very confident in the way that I look. It's just, if I don't give a disclaimer as to why I look like somebody flushed me down the toilet, I'm gonna get like 50 bajillion comments being like, why do you look like this, So I had to like, nip that in the bud real quick. But I appreciate all of you guys so much for being so kind to me. That means truly, truly, truly a lot. But yeah, I have a VGen. Check me out there. I have a coffee with free resources for streamers and creators. Also stream on Twitch 3 days a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, Sundays at 6 p.m. PST. Life update. I'm going on a really sick road trip. I'll tell you guys about it after I'm done with the road trip so I don't dox myself on the drive. But really cool, really excited. It's about something book related. So yay. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on Twitch or in another one of my videos. Bye-bye.